Hello, I hope you can spare 6 minutes of your time while I just explain by means of a few examples how to use these three new tools described in the text here, which I'm calling nudge, divide and straighten. The motivation for divide and nudge is that very often you will find that the bend smoother doesn't really offer you a particularly attractive bend in some circumstances, and you just need a little bit of more control. So just using this first bend as an example, we can try and fit a bend there, but we can see that it either doesn't go all the way around or it falls a bit short. And the problem there is that there's no control point near the bend. The new divide tool allows me to add a track point in the middle of a road section. You see the one appearing in front of me there? And I can move forward and add an additional point even closer to the bend, and then I can go around the bend and add another point on the far side of the bend. Now as I move the markers around, the options that I'm being given are a closer fit to the existing bend. So now we go to our bend smoother, we'll increase the number of segments, get a nice smooth path around there, and we'll accept that change. And for the sake of demonstration, let's suppose you want to try the same approach on the next bend, but I decide after looking at a few of the offered paths that actually what I'd rather do is try and change the approach line that we're taking into this corner. And that's where the nudge tool comes in. If I clear my markers, so I'm just focusing on one particular node, then the nudge value slider allows me to move where I am at the moment to a slightly left or slightly to the right of the direction of travel. And that gives me just the entry to the curve that I was looking for. Now, as they say, for something completely different, let's look at the nudge tool in combination with the straighten tool. I've noticed on this track that I was sent that there's a reported bend error here, and yet it looks quite straight. So I'm clearly trying to work out what's going on here. And can you see what's interesting about this? On the one side there's a yellowy green colour, and on the other side there's a blue colour. If we move our pointer slowly down the track, we see that it moves forwards a long way, and then it moves back. Then it moves forwards again. My goodness. Let's switch into plan view and use our nudge tool to see if we can work out what's going on. The slider here allows me to move my current point left or right, so I'll move it a little bit. Then I'll move to the next point, and I'll move it a bit the same way. And can you see what's happening here? Move to the third point, move it the other way, and as we might have suspected, we've actually somehow folded back on our track. Nudging has revealed the problem here. We need the other tool, the straightener, to fix it. Whereas the nudge works on a single point, the straightener works across a span of points. So I have to drop a marker, move the marker to the start of the area I want to deal with, and move my current point to the other end, and then straighten the track. And that takes the intervening track points, preserves their elevation, and puts them into order into the gap. So now we can move backwards or forwards along the track, and there's no hopping around in the wrong direction.